Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing everything I made for my me-made wardrobe during winter. Normally winter is a bit of an uninspiring sewing time for me, but this year I decided to kind of focus on more cozy sewing projects I could just work away on over a long period of time, and it has honestly been a game changer for me this winter. I have a couple of projects that, you know, were quite challenging and took quite a long time to make as well, and it's just been really nice to work away slowly over these kind of dreary, miserable months and create some beautiful new pieces for my wardrobe. It just feels like it's been a really lovely, crafty time. I am so pleased with the items I've made for myself this season, and yeah, I'm excited to share them all with you today. I'll have a full list of all the different videos I've made throughout winter, going through the making process for all of the items I'll be talking about in this video down in the description below if you're interested in making any of these items for your own wardrobe. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and let me talk you through my winter makes. The first item I have to share is the dress I'm wearing. This dress was such a labor of love, but I am unbelievably thrilled with how it turned out. It is a smocked dress, so if you don't know what smocking is, it's a technique that uses pleated fabric and a type of embroidery to create stretch in fabric without using elastic. It's quite a medieval technique. I was watching Lord of the Rings the other day and I noticed that the hobbits' blouses have smocking on them. It's something that was very often used around that time period. I'll have some close-ups of this dress on the screen now so you can see exactly what it looks like, but basically you have to pleat fabric and then you embroider beautiful designs onto the pleated fabric in order to create this really lovely stretchy fabric and texture. I decided to use my Pansy pattern for the base of this dress, but then I added this stretch smocked panel along the bust and also along the cuffs of the sleeves. And yeah, like I said, I could not be happier with how this dress turned out. I had a very clear idea what I wanted this dress to be, and it looks exactly like I had in mind, which doesn't always happen, so it's always a relief when a sewing project does turn out the way you want it to. I did end up sharing the back of the dress just because this one smocked panel took me over a month to complete, so I was losing a bit of steam for the project, and I really wanted to be able to wear this dress while it was still cool because it's kind of like a moodier long sleeve dress that's really well suited for winter. And so I decided to cheat a little bit and share the back, which I don't think looks bad. I was worried at first it was going to look unfinished, but I think it looks pretty intentional. But yeah, I'm really happy with that decision and just so pleased with how this dress turned out. The next item I have to share is this knitted vest. I set myself one goal and one goal only this year, and that was to learn how to colorwork knit. And I'm so proud that I have completed my first colorwork knitted garment. I found this rose pattern knit at the op shop and it was for a full sweater or jumper, and I was immediately drawn to the rose design because I just love a rose motif. I just think it's so pretty. I thought the rose design was just a little bit too much to make a full-on jumper from the pattern, so I decided instead to have a go at making a vest, which I think was such a great decision. It is the cutest vest in the world. I am also just so proud of the colorwork that I've managed to achieve in this vest. It's definitely not perfect, but I can't believe I've done it, and it was a really good starting piece to practice with, especially because there was only the two kind of colours to work with, and I can't believe I've put off colorwork knitting for so long because it ended up being so much easier than I anticipated. And yeah, I'm excited to actually have a go at making a full sweater next, maybe even like an ugly Christmas sweater, that kind of vibe. I just think would be so fun to work on. The next item is a shirred busk waist dress that I made using some thrifted gingham fabric. It's very rare that you find good quality fabric at the op shop, and when I found this gingham fabric I was just so over the moon. I was actually inspired to make this dress after seeing an identical one on Instagram. Basically the dress is just a fully shirred bodice, even the sleeves are shirred, but what makes this dress just that little bit special is the fact it has this dipped busk waistline. Can you even see it? I don't even know if you can see it on camera, but it's there, and I personally love the look of a busk waistline. I just think it's super pretty. It gives me very fairy tale princess vibes, which I love, and makes a quite simple plain dress just a little bit fancy. The shirring did take a long time. I think I was at my sewing machine shirring for a whole full day, which seems crazy, but it was well worth the effort in the end because yeah, this dress has just turned out so pretty, and I'm really looking forward to it warming up now so I can actually wear it. I haven't worn this dress much yet because it's just been that little bit too cold, but I'm planning on wearing this all the time once spring rolls around. Next, I have a classic Pansy dress, my everyday favorite dress. I purchased this fabric here. It was actually a tablecloth I purchased. The tablecloth luckily was quite big, so I've managed to squeeze 2 garments out of the fabric, which I'm so happy about. It's probably my most favorite fabric find of all time. Just this beautiful checkered gingham print with these little embroidered flowers in the like white space of the print. I think it is stunning. I knew as soon as I bought the fabric I wanted to make my favorite everyday dress, which is my Pansy dress, so I whipped this one up. I ended up going with a tiered skirt just because there wasn't enough fabric to make a full length skirt, but I had multiple like smaller rectangles of fabric to work with, so the tiered skirt has just turned out so nicely. And I also decided to add some contrasting binding to the sleeves and to the neckline, which I think has worked so perfectly. The colour of fabric I used is almost identical to the like brown gingham fabric in the tablecloth. So yeah, that has just worked out so well. It is such a pretty dress. I love wearing it. And again, I can tell I'm going to get so much wear out of this one as it starts to warm up here in Australia. Next, I have another pattern hack of my Pansy pattern. My Pansy sewing pattern, I'm sure you know by now, is just my go-to sewing pattern. I just feel like it is so versatile and you can make so many different designs from it. Like, yeah, I've got 3 very different dresses here that I've all made with the one pattern. I'm very proud of it, so yeah, I'll have that pattern linked below if you're interested. But this dress here is another tiered skirt situation, but this time I've kind of separated the tiers with these drawstring ties at the side, which I personally adore. I think it is such a pretty dress. I also love the fabric of this one. It is that perfect like rosy brown, which is quickly becoming my favorite color to wear. I love this color so much. But the other thing about this dress that I adore are these pin tuck sleeves. Because the fabric was quite lightweight, I wanted to add a bit of body to the sleeves to make them look a little bit more puffy. And I found that adding these pin tucks just gives the fabric a little bit of body and structure, and when wearing the dress just makes the sleeves puff out just that little bit extra, which I really like. But yeah, this dress is definitely not your like everyday dress. It's just a little bit fancy, but when I wear it, I feel like $1,000,000. I just think it's such a cool design, and yeah, I'm super proud of this pattern hack. Next, I have quite possibly the most challenging project I have worked on to date. I personally have always had the desire to attempt to make my own pair of jeans because I just am so not a jeans person, and I think that's mostly thanks to the fact that I never can fit jeans well. When I try jeans on in the shop, they just never fit me right. I never feel comfortable. I never feel excited to wear them, I guess. So I'm much more a dress person, but I found the most Janelle denim fabric in the world. It is this gorgeous floral navy denim, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have a go at making my own pair of dream jeans, and I think I have achieved it. I used the pattern The May Jean by the fabric store, and the fabric itself is from the fabric store as well. I went crazy with all the details. I wanted these jeans to look like a store-bought pair of jeans, and I am so happy with how they've turned out. Like, I've done all the top stitching, which was such a drama in the end because it actually destroyed my sewing machine, but my sewing machine is all fixed now. I'm happy to confirm I didn't do any permanent damage to it. The top stitching did actually crack the bobbin casing in the machine, so yeah, don't recommend using upholstery fabric on your domestic sewing machines, but yeah, I'm glad it's all fixed now. And these jeans have just turned out so great. I'm so proud of them. They were really challenging. There were times where I almost gave up making them, but I'm so happy I stuck with it, got them finished, because you could never buy a pair of jeans this cute. I'm so happy with them. And the last item I have to share with you is quite possibly my favorite dress that I've made this year. I mean, that is a tough call, but I do really love it. It is this dress here. This is the Teddy dress by My Keeper, and as soon as I saw this dress pop up on my Instagram feed, I knew I had to have a go at making it. It's so different to my usual style, but I don't know, I adore it. It is so beautiful to wear. I feel so like Again, it's just a little bit fancy, I don't know, but it's still wearable for every day. I have been wearing this non-stop over winter because it pairs so well with turtlenecks underneath, and also my like chunky Doc Martens just work so well. It gives me really grunge 90s vibes. I really love it. This fabric is absolute perfection as well. It almost gives me watercolor vibes. It's like a piece of art. I love this fabric. And again, as soon as I saw the teddy dress, I knew I wanted to make it out of this fabric. It's just, I'm in love with how this dress turned out. I had a little bit of leftover fabric, so I've actually made Matt a matching shirt. So we can actually match while we wear these outfits. But yeah, I am so happy with this dress. I'm excited for it to warm up so I can wear it on its own without anything underneath. And I just know it's going to be one of those dresses that I just go to for years and years and years. I just am so happy with how it turned out. While editing this video, I realized I completely forgot to talk about one of the garments I made during winter, and that is my sleeveless Eleonora dress by Serger Patterns that I made using a beautiful navy bedsheet. I can't believe I forgot to mention this make because it truly is such a gorgeous dress. This is another one of those dresses I've been wearing a lot with long sleeve tops underneath at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to being able to wear on its own during summertime. And sewing up the Eleonora pattern itself was honestly such a joy. Definitely one of the more trickier projects I've ever worked on, but as I mentioned in the video I made all about this make, I just felt like I grew in my sewing skills while making this pattern. Yes, it was technical, but yeah, I definitely learnt so much from it, and it's just such a beautifully put together pattern, and it was really fun to push my sewing skills to the limit. But yeah, I was wearing this dress on the weekend and I just hadn't brought it back down into my sewing space yet, hence why I forgot about it, but at least I'm mentioning it now. And yeah, back to the video. So that is everything I made for my Me Made wardrobe during winter. I would love to know in the comments below which of these items is your favorite. I have multiple items in here that I would call my favorite because I've just been really inspired to sew lately and to create, and I'm just so pleased with each and every one of the items I have made over winter. But I think if I had to choose, just by the sheer amount of times I've worn this dress, it has to be the teddy dress. It's just so gorgeous and so different to everything else in my wardrobe, and I think that's why I love it so much. So like I said, I'll have a link to all the videos I've shared throughout the season down in the description below if you did want to have a go at making any of these items for your own wardrobe. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, if you'd like to see more sewing type videos just like this one. And I will be back next week with my spring sewing plans, which I'm so excited to talk you through. Spring is by far my favorite season for sewing, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.